Everything we've ever been told is a lie. Everything we've ever been told by this entire system is a lie. History, where we come from, who we are, what our food is made up of, where we come from, what we call ourselves. Literally everything you've been taught by this system is a lie. And that's why it's so difficult to really ever discover the truth and to truly wake up the people around us, because all of the information that we're even researching, most of it has been falsified. And when you come right down to it, a lot of these historical figures may not have even existed. Everything that you've been taught in your school systems, your colleges, are not based on the reality of what the real truth is. It's all a lie. Now, this is the reason why people are constantly locked into different belief systems. And as we continue to talk about religion, you can go to this very day to Europe and you can find the Islamic cross underneath the cross of the church, of the Christian church. That's because at one point in time, they were elements of the same faith, of the same. So when you think about that, these two cultures, these two religious type cultures, although came at it from different respects, they still ultimately lived in perfect harmony. And it goes a long way to say, what? And when you think about it, they both respected each other's prophets, each other's healers, and there were never any animosity. In fact, the two cultures actually share many of the same prophets and many of the same healers that they talk about even to this very day. They both even talk about Jesus. And so when you look at a lot of these world religions, a lot of these world religions are based in peace and tolerance of each other. Right? And later on, it was taken over by this parasitic type government system that took control over the world and widespread out at least cultures that existed here before us, completely wiped them out of memory. And there's plenty of things in history that you can see that they talk about how they wiped certain things right off the face of the earth, never to be spoken again. And one of them was Carthage. So I'm starting to think that they wiped out the last culture that was here before us. And they did this purposely in order for them to be able to install this parasitic government that is now controlling the minds and souls of just about everyone on this planet. And so the main thing that I really want to get across is that this has been done quite recently. It hasn't been done for thousands of years as though they're trying to tell you, because this is how they try to distance you from all the research and all the stuff that's going on. It's a big, giant, confusing type situation that they're trying to put you in. And I believe that these things were destroyed not thousands of years ago, but only hundreds of years ago. So very recently, I mean, things have changed. I mean, if you study really the history of the pyramids, you'll understand that, you know, the concepts of the pyramids and even well, I'm just going to say it, the concept of the pyramids did not really take shape until the mid-1800s, right? There were a lot of different types of depictions and all that other type of stuff. So there was something that was here before then, not too long ago, that they completely obliterated and then hurriedly wiped it out of existence, hurriedly wiped it out of the minds of the people. And it only takes about 50 years for you know, people to lose their history and for them not to be able to remember it. And you start, you know, early with the kids and you wipe them clean. You know, and it might be oddly for me to say this, but I'm starting to think that before this new parasitic government type age came into existence, I don't believe there was any real war. We have to begin to disconnect ourselves from this parasitic, disruptive, disgusting, manipulative system that has lied to us and told us nothing but lies in order for us to put ourselves in a deep, deep, deep coma of a sleep. So that's the thing, everybody's looking for answers, right? We have to shut the system down. We have to put away our differences, we have to put away all of our belief systems. We have to really, really, really think differently from what we're thinking now and put away all of our judgments on each other. And we have to just begin to start separating ourselves from this psychopathic, parasitic system, which is currently controlling the direction we are all going. And, I know there's a lot of differences out there. And I know a lot of people are probably listening to me right now and saying, this guy's a crazy idiot. But the bottom line is that the world right now is in shackles, and it's in a mind shackle. And in the direction that they want us to go is a direction that is certain death for the majority of people that are living on top of this planet. Certain death. And unless we put aside our differences and begin to start putting ourselves in positions to where we can protect ourselves and start figuring out what's going on, we don't have a chance. None of us really have a chance. And I know that we're going through this change, this carbon 12 to carbon 7 change, which means that, there will be some people left on the planet, but the majority of us will not make it. Not in the states that we're in now. Not in our soulful states, our spiritual state. The spiritual state really doesn't matter too much, only because everything is filled with that kind of spiritual energy, what keeps you alive. It is the parasitic nature of the food that we eat and the things that are clouding our minds and not being able to allow us to move forward and any of these things that we're doing. So it is extreme importance that we disconnect ourselves from this parasitic, psychopathic situation that we're in. So again, I have to reiterate that everyone has to pull their energy, and again, it's all about energy, away from this parasitic, psychopathic system that we're now all living in. And as that's being done, there will be certain ones of us that will have more energy, more power than the others. But we have to be able to use that energy and that power to be able to break ourselves away and totally disrupt the whole entire system. You've got to disconnect from the system because we are the ones that are holding this system up through our energy. So if you're looking for a solution, this is the only solution for us to be able to escape from it. So this is one of the reasons why co-creation communities is extremely important in what you now call the Aboriginal, so-called Black African American community, because it is an extremely important situation that we're going through right now in order for us to be able to break away and get free, so that way we can all free out. So I'll give you an assignment. Each and every person has to individually remove themselves from the system. Remove themselves completely from the system. We're the only ones that can do it. We're the only ones that can do it. And we have to pay attention and take responsibility for ourselves and for the part that we play for keeping the system intact. So if you really want to make a stand, this is the way that you do it. This is the way that you do it. Completely separate yourselves from this parasitic, psychopathic, controlling system that we're in. And then, and only then, may we then have a chance to actually make this transformation from a carbon 7, from a carbon 12 to a carbon 7 being. This is A New Thunder. Ronnie McLean for Dark Matter Radio.